Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel All About BI. This is going to be a simple session on one of the partitioning tips in data flow. Alright, so I have sales data that is bringing me the sales details of various products in various countries and all. Okay, so my aim is I have to split that particular data or file into various partition files, or I want to split the source data into multiple files based on one of my columns. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add sync, and then I'm going to say you can mention current partitioning itself. If you mention current partitioning and come to settings, right, you have the option to choose the file name option. Okay, based on what column or what pattern you want to generate the partition files. For example, I have data of various products which are in various statuses. For example, we order something in Amazon, and some of our order will be in delivered status, some will be in process, some will be rejected or cancelled. So like that, various statuses are there, right? So if we want to split our source data based on the status, what we should do is, I should choose name file as column data. Okay, the moment I choose this, I'll have option to choose the column based on which I have to split the data. Okay, if I choose that and run my pipeline, what will happen is I will be seeing the source file being split into different partition files based on the status column. Okay, in my status column I have cancelled, disputed, in process, on hold. These are all different statuses for each record. Okay, so based on that it is splitting. So in under the column we chose status, so based on status column we are seeing the data. If you look at the data inside, right, all the records that we are seeing will be having the status called on hold. All right, so one thing to notice here is whenever we are using this option to use the column file, use the column data as the file name, right, all the partition file will be created in the root directory. Okay, this is my demo container. Under my root container itself, all the partition file will be created. Okay, so if I want to let it create in another folder, by default, if you see, right, in the sync setting, if you see, I have already mentioned output in the directory part. So obviously whenever the partition files are created, it should be created in output folder. But if we choose name file as column data and choose a column for that, right, all the partition files will go under the root container only. Okay, so what if we have to move this file inside a output folder? I'll tell you the trick now. We have to add a derived column transformation editor. Inside that I have to form the file path. Okay, so here I will make use of this status column. Inside before that I have to prefix the folder name in which I have to create the partition file. So I will say concat, and then I will say output slash one more comma and status. Okay, so if you refresh and see, a new column called file path will be added to the data flow with the value output slash status. So if you have a status called delivered, it will be the file path value will be output slash delivered. So see here. So what we are going to do with this column is, this file path column is going to be used in the partitioning settings. I will say in the sync, you name file as column data, but this time don't use status but file path. So how it's gonna work is, every time it sees a status, it will create a file, but it will make sure that the created file goes into the output folder. Okay, so it can be any directory structure. Inside output, if you want to create one more directory structure, you can use the same in derived column. See here, previously if we had only used the status column, all the partition file will be created in the root container itself. After you have used the derived column transformation and created a file path by prefixing the output folder, right, it will be created automatically in the output folder. This is what I wanted to show in this session. This is especially useful if you want to make use of the column data as the file name, and you want to create the partition file inside a specific folder. Okay, let me know if you have questions or suggestions related to this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting.